Welcome to the Kingdom Culture Podcast that was created on purpose with a purpose to empower, uplift, and guide others to the center of God's perfect will. Kingdom Culture family, welcome back to the Kingdom Culture Podcast. I hope everybody's been having an amazing week. This week I wanted to talk about how failure is often part of success and it shouldn't be separated. I think in the culture of today, we feel like failure is just one thing by itself, but in reality, you only fail when you quit, right? And I learned this because I failed forward. I'm about to be 30 years old, and everything that I've ever put my mind to, I've succeeded in for the most part, but there's been parts of my entrepreneurship journey or even jobs that I didn't get. I actually got fired once, which was crazy. Some of my businesses, like I've shared before on the podcast, did not come to what I needed them to be so that it would be, an ongoing thing. But all of that failure put together, I've been able to just map pieces out of each failure to bring me to my success today. So let's talk about it, right? Like I said, failure is often seen as a setback, a roadblock on the path to success. However, it plays a crucial role in learning, growth, and ultimately achieving success. Embracing failure as a natural part of our journey will allow us to develop resilience, gain value, insights, and foster a growth mindset. So like I said, failure will teach you a bunch of things. Failure will teach you, what works, what doesn't work. Failure will teach you what you need to do and not do. Maybe the route that you're taking is not the right one. Failure will teach you a lot of stuff about yourself. Honestly, it's like an inner battle kind of thing, because you have to become resilient, like we talked about last week. And failure will bring out the best version of you, because you will dig deep, spend so much time with yourself trying to figure this out that you will figure it out and move faster the next time. My mindset mentor said, figure it out faster means you fail forward. You mess it up a bunch of times and then you get it. So that's literally what failure, quote unquote, is figuring out and failing forward and messing it up. Failure is a powerful teacher. When we fail, we're given the opportunity to analyze what went wrong, identify our weaknesses, and understand the gaps in our knowledge or approach. The lessons are more impactful than success because they force us to confront our limitations and challenges us to improve. Each failure becomes a stepping stone to a deeper understanding and a greater competence. Like I said, you are going to spend so much time with yourself failing forward. It doesn't matter where it is. I'm in corporate America, and I've failed a lot in my 9-to-5 too. I've lost companies some money. I've lost sales. I've lost opportunities. But that's made me a better salesperson. That's made me a better part of the team, right? With my businesses, I have, gotten a lot of no's. And in business, if you're an entrepreneur, you know that you have to say no with resilience and say no and take a no, without losing your enthusiasm. So, I've lost a lot of, money trying to make this work. Also, I've made bad investments. Last year I talked about how I lost $25,000 because I wasn't careful. But that led me to be more, insightful on different types of income, different types of investments. I've allowed myself to grow and make all of that back. But I wouldn't have known the lessons that I knew if I didn't lose the $25,000. So in reality, you just have to have a strong mindset to continue to move forward. You have to make sure that you know that no matter what happens, you're not going to quit, because you only fail when you stop trying, right? Another thing that failure does is it often pushes us out of our comfort zones. And if you're a human, we know that our comfort is our safe space. We like to stay there. And that's where dreams go to die, to be honest. And failing makes you move a different direction. It makes you want to shift something. It makes you want to just be better and do better. So it takes you out of your comfort zone, because you're going to have to try new things to make it work. It's like Einstein always said, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results is insanity. So failure gets you out of your comfort zone, gets you thinking again, gets your creativity going so that it changes where you're at and you reach success. In our initial efforts, if our initial efforts do not succeed, we're encouraged to explore alternative strategies, think outside the box, and innovate. Many breakthroughs and innovations have emerged from the willingness to take risks and learn from failures. The podcast came from a failure, to be honest. It's so cool. And then, like I said, you have to have a growth mindset. The belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning thrives on the understanding that failure is not a dead end, but a part of the growth process. When we view failure as a temporary state rather than a permanent flaw, we're more likely to take risks, embrace challenges, and persevere through difficulties. Again, you are only failing if you quit. Your mindset, your growth mindset is what's going to carry you through. And having that growth mindset is so, so important. And it can be difficult at times because I can't tell you the times that I was like pretty much like, I don't know what to do. I was against the wall. I was like, if I don't do something now, I'm going to be broke and be homeless. I need to run and figure it out. I've had, $20 in my bank account. And I think as humans, like, we get so iffy with like the talk of money. Like it's woo-woo-y sometimes. But, money comes and goes. We all know this, right? And we need to be okay with knowing that, the risks that we take are going to be worth it. Also, I've learned that calculated risk is better than just shooting at blanks. But don't be afraid. Have a growth mindset. Say to yourself, I deserve to live this type of life. I deserve to have this amount of money. I deserve to be happy and enjoy everything that I'm setting out to do. Because that allows you to see failure as another stepping stone. It's not just another, oops, I'll figure it out later. It's a stepping stone for the right direction. Because once you have the right direction, time, and your goals and everything else set, and you just keep going, you have to get to the finish line eventually. But you have to make sure that you're going to the right direction with resilience, failing forward, grabbing those foundations, and do not stop, right? Failing is a humbling experience, let me tell you. Because when I was 17, I came into this game and I said, oh, that's easy. I just copy everything everybody does and I'll make it work. And yes, you have mentors, you have people you look up to, but it humbles you because you realize that you don't know everything, and life is all about learning. Life is all about exploring and making sure that you keep yourself accountable and you keep learning. It reminds us that success is not guaranteed and that it often requires continuous effort and learning. This humility can lead to greater empathy, patience, gratitude, and making us more grounded and resilient individuals. Like I said, when I came into this game of business, I said, oh, that's easy. I don't care about no's. I don't care about, losing money. Like, I have nothing now. What do I have to lose? And then I started making money and lost it and got more no's than yeses. And I had to realize, like, oh, maybe I don't know it all. Maybe it's not just copy and paste. Maybe I need strategies. Maybe I need a better, step-by-step process. I need systems that are going to not, do stuff for me, automate stuff. And with failure, you kind of see yourself. It's a mirror, right? So you have to make sure that you don't fall into that, oh, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. No. Don't ever say that, Be open to saying, I failed. Okay, what do I need to change? And you look at yourself in the mirror to reflect, not to blame yourself or stay stuck. But it humbles you a lot. So, what do I do when I fail? Or what have I done when I've, gone through failure? One of the things that I always talk about is being self-aware. So you have to reflect and analyze. Look at the things that, led to that failure. Were you tracking everything? Did you have the right systems in place? Did you make the right decision? Did you partner with the right things, people, and tools, right? What happened? Take time to to analyze the situation, identify what went wrong and why. Consider both internal factors like your decisions, actions, and mindset, and external factors like circumstances or other actions. What can be learned? You have to ask yourself. Extract valuable lessons from the experience. Understand the gaps in your knowledge or approach and identify areas for improvement. Like I said, I didn't know everything and I thought I did, but I didn't. Right? So always ask yourself, like, what can I learn from this? What valuable lessons did this failure teach me? Process your feelings, okay? It's normal to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even embarrassed after a failure. Acknowledge these emotions instead of suppressing them, and process your feelings so that you can move forward without carrying emotional baggage. That goes back to being resilient and having a growth mindset, but you have to process the fact that you failed. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot go on and on and on with all of these emotions carried on your back. Like, for me, failing, it sucked. Like, seeing that much money drop from my account, I was like, what am I gonna do? It took me forever to gain that. How am I gonna get it back? And now that I have a family, I'm like, I have to take care of my family. Like, I can't be doing these unintelligent things, because now it's not just me. I have my husband, my son, and it made me feel like I needed to give it up. My voice is cracking. I almost gave it up last year after that loss. And it's hard, and it's a toll emotionally, but you have to make sure that you know how to move forward. You have to make sure to have that resilient mindset and say, all right, it's a lesson. How do I feel? What do I need to change? Etc. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Understand that failure is a part of the human experience and doesn't define your worth or potential. Being compassionate to ourselves is what takes us further, is what I always say, because you can't beat yourself to doing better. I've tried it. Sure, it works for a little bit, but after a while you're just like, yeah, okay, I suck at this. Time to give it up. Okay, I'm never going to be better. I better give it up. Realize that we're gonna make mistakes. It's an ongoing thing of life, and maybe later on in my life, I'll lose more money or something. I hope not, but failure is gonna come. It's not like, okay, cool, I figured it out, I'm not gonna fail ever again. If you don't fail, that also means that you're not trying new things and you're not outside of your comfort zone. So self-compassion allows us to just be like, yep, cool. It doesn't define me though. Yep, cool. That's not who I am. My worth is not in this amount of money. My worth is not in this business. My worth for me, since I'm Christian, is in Christ. And because I have Christ, He will carry me through this failure, through these emotions, as He has before. But it doesn't change my worth. It doesn't change my self-image. I love myself still, and I am so capable of moving forward from this. Those are the types of words, affirmations, things that you have to tell yourself when you fail, because if you don't, that's how you get stuck. That's how you let all the negative self-talk come through and come back, and you just kind of stay still, and you have to stop, right? You have to take a moment and analyze, but do not be mean to yourself. Don't say like, oh, this always happens to me, like I'm always I don't know. I try so hard not to say negative stuff to myself now. Things that I would say to myself before, it's like, you're never gonna be anything. You're just a kid from Matamoros. Like you're you don't understand the systems. You're dumb. Like all these things, and it just wasn't life-giving. So I stopped. So be compassionate to yourself. Reframe your failure, right? So change your perspective. View the failure as a learning opportunity rather than a setback. Ask yourself how this experience can contribute to your personal growth and future success. Again, adopt a growth mindset. Embrace the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset will help you see failure as a temporary state that can be overcome. Again, failure is a stepping stool. Failure is a stepping stool, or a stepping stone. It will get you to where you need to go faster because you're learning what's not working out for you. That's another thing. Our failure, just like our success, looks different. So are you going to be brave enough to fail forward and figure it out faster than the person behind you? It's up to you, right? And then, just take action. Take small steps and manageable actions towards your revised goals. This helps rebuild confidence and momentum. Understand that success often requires repeated attempts. Don't be discouraged. Instead, use them as additional learning opportunities. Track your progress. Regularly evaluate your progress towards your new goals. Celebrate small wins and acknowledge how far you've come since the failure. This last part is very important. And it's cool because we often do not celebrate ourselves. I have a friend, and I told her about a small win that I had, and she was like, hey, go celebrate, go do something. And I was like, no, it was just a small thing. I don't have to celebrate that. I'll celebrate that when I'm further ahead. And she said, no, you have to celebrate your small wins, because if you don't, that's how you run out of gas. That's how you run out of inspiration. And it's very true. Having a celebration method, there's another word for it. It's not coming to my head right now. But celebrating your small wins allows you to see that you are moving forward, you are changing, things are working, and even though it's small, it gives you more inspiration. And once you celebrate something, it gives you this boost of confidence, and you want to keep going. So, track your progress. Never stop taking action. Take small steps, but continue to take action towards your reframed framework, your reframed action goals, or whatever. And always, track your progress and celebrate yourself. Failure can be difficult. It sucks sometimes because of the time and work you put into things. But it's part of life, and you have to realize that it's not your worth. Be kind to yourself and keep going. That's it, right? The Bible verse for this week is James 1:2-4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Let me read that again. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may mature and complete. You may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. This verse highlights the idea that trials and difficulties, which can include failures, are opportunities for growth and development in faith, perseverance, and maturity. In joy. In pure joy. That's crazy. I'm happy I failed. But even God knows our minds. He created us, right? So He knows how we function. He knows what we need. And if it says right here, consider it pure joy, that means that failing forward is a gain for you. Like I said, it's a stepping stone. You learn more. You learn more about yourself. You learn more about, your own process. You learn more about your own life and where you want to head towards, what you don't want to do and what you have to do. So be happy if you fail. Not to the point where you're just gonna dismiss it and not learn anything, but keep going, be joyful, and remember that it's just part of success. Sooner or later, you're gonna reach that finish line, and it's gonna feel amazing. Anyway, if you found any value in this podcast, or you liked it, or whatever else, please share it forward. Send it to a friend. Post it on your social medias and tag me. My hashtag's always in the info of the video, but it's at Kingdom Culture. And so, yeah, thank you so much for being here and being part of this family. I love you guys, but the Lord loves you more. Always, 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 always. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.